Thank you so very much for being back. And if you just joined us, this is still Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's head straight to our conversation for today. The federal government has reversed its 2022 policy mandating the use of indigenous language as the medium of instruction in schools, reinstating English as the sole language of teaching from pre-primary to tertiary levels. The decision announced by Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa at the 2025 Language in Education International Conference in Abuja followed approval by the National Council on Education during its recent meeting in Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria. Alausa explained that empirical data revealed widespread underperformance in areas where the mother tongue policy was heavily implemented, citing poor results in national examinations like WAEC, NECO, and JAMB. He said the government's decision was based on evidence showing that prolonged reliance on local languages had weakened educational outcomes and English proficiency, both crucial for academic and professional advancement. Alausa emphasized that the policy shift was guided by research, not sentiment, and invited scholars to present contrary data for reviews. Let's get talking. We still have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for hanging on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, Barrister, we started that particular conversation from our newspapers, and I wanted us to really dig into that, deeper with our main conversation for today. So, you said in that opening statement that Nigeria is a multilingual country, where we can't just select a particular language and say, okay, this is the language to go. But with what we see today, Barrister, we've seen Yoruba or physics, for example, as a subject being translated to Yoruba. We've seen chemistry being translated to Igbo and Hausa. And teachers are beginning to even teach their students in mathematics in Pidgin English. And the outcome from those teachers is that students understand better when communicated in the language they feel comfortable. So is this a matter of we not understanding how better to get this going, or just falling in line with the bandwagon as a result of our colonialists asking us and telling us what to do all the time?
Thank you. I think it's a matter of us not doing proper findings and proper planning before the introduction. Let me ask you, this has been introduced in 2022 or 2020, I can't remember.
Yes.
How many schools are there? How many schools are teaching in Yoruba or Hausa or Efik? Or they didn't say particular language that is popular in the area where you are. How many people are working in that regard? How many people are doing it? How many people are? And what is the result? You see, if you are looking beyond your, just like they said, that they are not performing well in international exams or even national exams. National exams like WAEC. WAEC will not be written in your local language. It will be in English. If your foundation is not well laid, I'm one of those who believe that English is a second language, as far as I'm concerned. So if whether you like it or not, your child, if you are serious, you'll be able to speak your language very well, whether or not it's been taught in school or not. In my house, my children can speak Yoruba very well, because I encourage them. I speak Yoruba to them, even when we're in the house. Sometimes we mix it together, but they speak. There's some people in their houses, they see it as abomination. And even those who are making the policy, ask them whether their children can speak their language very well, or the way it should be. So if you now start to teach in those languages, and they now want to compete with foreign counterparts or other national or counterparts who are not in their own language, how would that happen? When would they start learning the English that they will use in doing the international or local? Would that not be late? Would the foundation not have been? Can't we do this together?
Lost Barrister now, and I hope that I will get him, because what he's saying is actually very so important. So, Barrister, I lost you right there. You were saying something before.
I said.
Yes.
Can't we do two together? Can't we encourage using the local language to teach and also the English language. Why must we say one language must be you must abandon one and then the four? You know fully well that this English language of a thing is what will be used whenever I want to do any international engage in international program. Even the students, WAEC, for instance, like I said. So JAMB, if I'm to travel from if I start my study primary school in London, for instance, and probably because my father is work with the federal government or anything, and he's transferred to Sokoto, how will I cope? How will I cope? Does that mean I will start afresh again? These are issues. But if you have a language that is common to everybody, anywhere you go, you'll be able to acclimatize fast. So I'm not saying we should not introduce our local languages, but that should not be enough to say we should jettison the English language that is known worldwide. And I'm also saying that whenever we want to introduce policy, so that we will not be doing some sort of policy. And that is one of the problems we have in this country. We don't have policy that are stable. 2 years ago, 2 years, you bring this out. After 2 years, it will be changed. You bring this policy out, next few weeks or months, they will change it. How can you stabilize? So we need to do critical finding and critical analysis of a policy we want to bring out. We're always in a hurry to bring out policies.
Let's maybe go through this route and see if it works. Don't you think there's a need for us to, at some point, have a change and maybe test something different to see if it works better?
Are we planning to isolate ourselves from the world?
Not isolating, but we see other countries now, like in Saudi Arabia, in Libya, other countries, they speak Arabic, right? Even if they were colonized, even if, like Egypt, for example, even if they were colonized by the British, they didn't allow English become like their area of concern. Of course, they understand English, but when they write the exams, they write it in Arabic. So don't you think it's time for us to equally evolve?
I've told you, you are comparing apple with orange. You are comparing apple with orange. How many languages do you have in Saudi Arabia? How many? How many do we have in Nigeria? How many do we have in Nigeria? How many Saudi Arabia citizens did you see in Nigeria trying to work here? How many of them? I said we are trying to isolate ourselves from the world. We don't want to go abroad. We don't want to go any other places. Even those making the policies, there are children that are abroad today. Which language are they speaking? I'm not saying we should totally jettison our language or languages. I'm not saying so. I'm saying that there is no way we can throw away that English of a thing if we want to flow with the world. Except we want to isolate ourselves. In Saudi Arabia, they have the environment that will not even allow their citizens to travel out if they want to travel. Any citizen of Saudi Arabia that's traveling out, maybe he's traveling out because he just want to. How many of them did you see everywhere? If a Saudi Arabian citizen should come to Nigeria today, even with that low level of English knowledge, he will get more advantage than you. If he's into media, they'll give him more consideration than you. You as a professor, go somewhere else in Saudi Arabia, see whether they will give you the same reckoning. So we cannot compare those. I'm not saying we should jettison our what's it called languages. After all, where we are growing up as well, we also have that. So you cannot go back to that era where we have gone past that era. Are we starting afresh again now? What are you saying? Are we want to isolate? Do we want to isolate ourselves from the world? Are we not going to Are we not going to be doing business or going abroad to do other things again with other people? Do we have the environment that will not allow us to say I must go out? Some of the Chinese and the whatever India are having problem in some of them who are in Nigeria today are having little problem because they can't speak English. The advantage they have is because of their color or where they come from. Otherwise, some of them will not even have what's it called? Will not have a means of to survive. So we can mix this together. The two can work together. the two can work together and it do not affect themselves. So the idea of teaching in English or teaching Yoruba or languages, for traditional languages for any other thing will not work. Let's combine it together and see how we can make use of it.
Rwanda, for example, that is a French colony, but had to change everything to English language, and they're still doing fine. So is it that we're too scared of the change? I understand you said we should manage both our mother tongue and English language, but do you think we're too scared of a change, really?
Okay, you said Rwanda, they are
yes.
French speaking.
Yes, French. Country. Yes, French speaking country before now.
Why are they not insisting on their local language? Why are they speaking French? It's French, their own local language. You see, this idea of yes, I'm not, like I said, I'm not against using our local language to teach in school, but it should not be major concern. We can mix the two together. We can work on the two. You can say, okay, if you are teaching in English and they don't understand it, you can have Yoruba into it. You can mix it up.
Okay.
It can be if it's a Hausa or if it's a language they understand in that area. Are you saying that if I'm in Lagos now and I'm an Igbo guy and I'm going to school and I don't understand Yoruba, and in that school they are using Yoruba to teach, what happened to me? Are you saying I have to leave the school and go somewhere else? That or I should just be looking for a school where Igbos are the one there? I should not mix up with Yoruba people. Is that what you are saying? Or is that what they are trying to? Is that what will happen? How would that be? How the operations? How it will be operated is the issue. You can't even compare Rwanda with Nigeria. How many are they? How many are they? In Nigeria, we have more than over 100, almost 200 languages. So if the school, let's say, for example, I'm in Adamawa, and I was taught using my local language. I travel to Lagos or I travel somewhere else. How will I cope? These are the issues. We need to combine the two together. That's my own point. I'm not saying we should teach our local language. You can be teaching me in the as we are doing this program now. If I don't understand, if I don't know what to do, I can put Yoruba and have to eat so that you understand. Or even I'm aware that Lagos State Assembly, they have a day set aside whereby the only language they will speak is Yoruba. As a member, you won't speak English to make your contribution. We can do that. We can do that. We can mix it up. Say, okay, if you have been taught in the physics in English and you don't understand, we can also have a Yoruba version of it. Come and teach them in Yoruba as well, or in the language that's popular in their area. So, but saying that we have to do away with it and concentrate on one, do away with English and concentrate our local language, it will create a major. We have a disadvantage when we go out of the country or when we want to compete with foreign counterparts. When I say foreign counterparts, I'm even talking about Benin Republic and Ghana, another country there. So we need to. We have West African. WAEC is West African Examination Council.
Yes. So
are we going to force them to change the syllabus and then start using the Yoruba to set questions for those who started whose foundation? Like some of us now, we don't have this command of English and whatever because we don't. We are not taught in a way our foundation regarding at primary level regarding using Fune and this English were not there. If I've been taught in that manner, probably today I'll also be doing you know. So, but because the way I was taught in my local way, and I followed it up, doing my own thing. So, but if you say, look, we have to, you can develop yourself. You can use local language, you can use foreign language. Both are allowed, and they should be combined together. That's my own advice. We can't leave one for the other, and we can't say because it looks like we are still seeing ourselves as a colonial. You take it or leave it. Even those who are speaking, even in French, they speak English. Is that not correct?
Very well.
So we have Nigerians who are studying in France. They were not being taught in France.
Yeah.
They use English. So what are they not? Why are they not saying, look, since you have joined us, you must follow us in France in this language. So we cannot do away with it. We have to combine it if we want to progress in that.
All right, Barrister, but let's take a look at the regions under reference here. Of course, it was not indicated by Dr. Tunji Alausa, but my little research, one of the regions is the northern part of Nigeria, the northeast, the northwest particularly. But before independence, Barrister, you would agree with me that most of those who allowed their children go to school had their children come out as immaculate. They were doing so very well. Everything was okay. You need to hear Sardauna or Ahmadu Bello. When you hear them speak, it's immaculate. What actually went wrong, especially in the northern part of Nigeria? What exactly is the problem? Because they seem not to be, coping with the southern part of Nigeria to an extent, which was not the case during before the independence in Nigeria.
That would not be totally correct. The fact that you see some Almagiris and some boys running the streets does not mean you don't have people like Ahmadu Bello in the north today. You can see them, some of them who are at the National Assembly, some of them who are the presidencies. You can see when they speak. You can hear that Addis Ababa is on the north. Some of them are Seusani is from the north. So many of them like that who are from the north. I remember where they said before us in law school, the guy that got distinction, that was one of the first is from the north. So the fact that some few people we have seen people who are that don't mean they are not. The truth is that the standard of education generally has fallen. The people are not seeing the impact of the education mostly, and the government is not doing enough to improve the standard. That is why ASU has been fighting all this while, asking the government to do more, but they are not listening. So the standard has fallen, not only in education, in all aspect of our life, even moral life. It has fallen. So that's why you see what you see. You see, it may not be true. The north may not be too much. You may not see majority of them in going to school, or you see some of them running about and begging. We see also large number of them who are in school and who are doing well. We have so many of them. Amina, whatever, the UN, whatever.
Yes.
In Northern.
Yes, very well.
So many of them like that. So many. So we cannot just say because we have people who are not doing well and then we generalize it. No, I don't go by generalization. Yes, there are issues. It's not up to the way they want it. There are people that are still out of school students in the north, and it's there everywhere. Their home may be higher because of their number. Probably they have a more number than us. So it's not an issue for me as far as I'm concerned. What we need to do is for government to do more, improve the standard, and improve the quality. Look at the teachers. Who are the teachers in school today? The secondary and primary school. What is their standard? You speak to some of the teachers, you will say, this one is a teacher. Some of them are not interested in it. While I was growing up, for you to be a teacher, you must go to what is this school? Once you are in if you want to be a teacher, that is the school you go, secondary school. The International College. We call it ITC. I can't remember the full name again. That's Teachers College.
Yes.
Ilorin Teachers College. And we have it all over the state at that time like that. Do we still have Teachers College? Those who are doing teaching now today is just by the way. Some of them is just because they don't have a job. They are just whiling away time with it. So they are not interested in it, but because it's not as if they have a passion for it, but because they have no other thing to do. There was no proper training on how to cheat. So we need to go, and these are the things we need to look into. And then see what is the foundation of the people who call teachers today. What is the foundation? How they become a teacher? Do they have the qualification to become as in the require qualification in the sense of it? I'm not saying they are not graduates. I'm not saying they are not whatever. Do they have the training, proper training to be a teacher? So at that time, when I was growing up, as small as I am, we had our specific schools that you know that once you are in this school, you are likely to be a teacher because you have been trained to be a teacher. Do we still have those things today? We don't have them. We don't have them. There are school technical school that we call technical school that time. Do we still have them? So we need to go back to the basics and then do the right thing. This issue of language, English and Yoruba or whatever, will not change anything. After all, I was not taught in Yoruba in my school when I was growing up. And today I can speak Yoruba to an extent. Those who are from the north can speak outside. You can speak Igbo or your language. Were you taught in that language in school while you're in school? Is that the language they use in teaching you? And if you believe that people are not understanding what you're teaching just because of the language, why can't you employ another one? The one who teach in the English language, the one who teach in the Yoruba language, for them to understand. Why can't we do that? We don't have people who are serious today. That's the point. The foundations are bad. The teachers are not ready to teach very well. The students are not ready to learn. They are after money. And the parents are also happy when a child in secondary school or university is buying car. They will say, God has blessing. Really.
But the truth of the matter, yes, but the truth of the matter, Barrister, is not everyone is required to go to school. School is meant not for everybody. There are people who might not be empowered, or people who do not have that strength, to go to school to the large extent. In Nigeria today, Barrister, you would agree with me that lots of the industries today and companies that employ graduates are owned by people who didn't even go to school. So how do you think we can carry everyone along and not just, make it look like, yes, school is important, but how can we carry everyone along such that even those who can't afford or who do not have what it takes to go to school can equally be intelligent and creative in whatever area they have chosen to do?
Yeah, education is very important, no matter what you want to do. Even if you want to do business, if you don't have education, you may have a falling standard. But maybe if you are like this, if you are educated, you may be like this. So it's not you can't disregard that fact. But the government is not forcing anybody to go to school, and the government is not saying everybody must go to school. That is compulsory. No, it depends on you. If you want to go to school, if you know what you want to do business, and then you don't want to go to school, you find a way around it. You know what to do. Everybody being carried along. They did not say you must go to school. If the government is bringing out a policy that says everybody must go to school, that's why we'll condemn it and say it's not everybody need not go to school. But you know when you go to school, you know what is required, what level it can take you to. If you want to be, say, politician now, or you want to be professor, and you say I'm not going to go to school, how do you become a professor? So it's now your choice to decide what you want to do. That I want to be a professor, but I don't want to go to school. It's not possible. Except they're going to dash you that professorship because we have business. We have people when you have money, they give you honorary professorship. And then I have people who are professional who are not we have doctors who are not academic doctors. They are honorary doctors. So I think we need to go back to the basics of existence. Like I said, sometimes we have professional schools, technical schools, where people are not ready to do. Even that technical school is still technical. It's still school. It's still school. If you want to do vocational study without going to school, you can go to Baba Sade, Baba Taylor, Baba this and that. But it's your choice. The government is not owing anybody not to go to school. So we can all not be, all hands are not equal. Yeah. We can not all go to school. It is now your choice to determine and to decide whether you want to go or you want to go elsewhere. So what the government needs to do is to make the environment enable for everybody. If you are not going to school, the environment is enabled for you to do whatever to do. Is the environment enabled today? No. If you want to go into, say, for example, wedding, say that this job I want to do, you will think twice and say, we don't have light in Nigeria. How do I survive? If you want to go into tailoring, you will also consider those things. So those are the issues. The government should make the environment conducive so that everybody can do whatever he wants to do. Most people are abroad today. They are not, even those who are graduates, who are professors, who are lawyers, who run out of the country. Some of them are doing the job they cannot do in Nigeria. Manual job. Some of them are doing so. I know a lawyer who's driving. The job is doing abroad is to drive truck. If you ask him to do that in Nigeria, I will tell you, are you crazy? So pardon my language. But that's what he's doing abroad, and he's enjoying it. because there is money there. So it's your choice as far as I'm concerned. But the government has a responsibility of making the environment conducive and enable.
Very well said, Barrister. Thank you so very much. We truly do appreciate you. This is a developing story, actually. The Minister of Education has asked that scholars who feel not satisfied with the reversal, they should bring empirical studies or proof to show that mother tongue is a better version of teaching. And of course, he said that the current administration under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a listening one, and therefore they are ready to take in anything that comes to them. Remember the 2022 lingual thing, or mother tongue, was done by Muhammad Buhari, and the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reversed it to English language. But let's see how that goes, though, and hope that things will go on well. Thank you so very much, Barrister. We truly do appreciate your time.
Please, before I go, what I will not accept is for them to see our local language as vernacular. And it's not vernacular. They must be in the same class with English. They should not say our local languages are vernacular. That's what we do when we are in school. When you speak Yoruba or that, they will say you are speaking vernacular.
Yeah, they punish you sometimes.
We should not relegate it to the background. We can combine the two together. The two can work together. That's it.
Very, very well said, because even in Ghana, that's the same thing they do. When you have a guest, like I have you now on television, you can add English and add their Twi, language as part of your conversation. And they are actually so proud of it. We hope that we would equally inculcate that so as not to relegate us.
In Nigeria, I know TV station and radio station who will invite you and say you will be speaking both languages. Yeah, Yoruba and
really?
Together.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
interesting.
They are allowed to speak Yoruba or one will interview you in English, another one will interview in Yoruba.
Oh, wow.
The same program.
Wow, really? Wow, that's very innovative, actually.
They are in Lagos that are doing that. They have a program in that.
Oh, wow.
Not all the programs, anyway.
Yes.
But they have a particular program that happens.
All right. I think that's a wonderful one, so as not to, allow our language, get missing, especially with this generation of parents not allowing their children speak their local language. I think this is a welcome development, so people would not forget where they're coming from. That's so important. Thank you so very much, Barrister. I appreciate you so very well. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Barrister. So that's about the time we have. We'd love to say thank you for making this a date. Please do well to follow us. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at enterprise.tv7. I am Henry Igwebike. Thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I'll see you on the other end. Bye-bye.